Olympia Tower, Mooney 5 through Victor. You want me to transition on the west side? I prefer to go on the east side of the airport, that's all right.
Mooney 5 through Victor, if that's what you requested. If you want the east side, please transition. Altimeter 300.
I may have said west, I'm sorry. I'm going to transition on the east side. Thanks.
Okay.
Tony, another RV guy, and he just got into his brand new hangar here, and we're going to have Tony tell us a little bit about his RV-12 that he built, which got built about a year prior to our RV-12. And Tony here is, we consider him the go-to expert on RVs around here, because he went through all of the heartache before Keith and Bob went through their heartache on 412 Sierra Bravo. Also with us today is Mike, the Aerotrek guy. Come over here, Mike.
It's dark.
And say hi to the camera.
There's no screen, is that right?
Yeah, I know. The screen went away. That's fine. So, y'all remember Mike, the Aerotrek guy. We fly around with him and his Aerotrek and stuff like that. So,
European Kid Fox.
there you go. We're going to get out of the camera now and let Tony tell us a little bit about himself, his airplane, and his hangar. Come on, Mike.
Okay, well, I was one of the first RV-12 builders. My serial number is 202. I don't know what yours is, but right now the serial numbers are up in like the 800s. So I was one of the early ones. The airplane had some basic avionics in it at that time. I've upgraded the avionics to the new Dynon system and tried to keep up with the various changes that have happened in the about 8 years since I finished building this airplane. This airplane first flew in 2010, so it's got some hours on it now. Not a lot of hours. Got 460 hours on it, and it's been very trouble-free and very economical airplane. That's the reason I built it, just because it's so economical. I had this professionally painted, place up on Payne Field.
Tony, tell us about the performance on your machine and what your fuel flows are like. And
Okay, the RV-12 runs about 5 gallons an hour at a good quick cruising speed, and it'll cruise about 120 knots at 5 gallons an hour. If you back off a little bit, you can get it down to about 4.5 gallons an hour. The extra speed at the top end takes a lot more fuel, and so, you know, to get that extra 5 or 6 knots takes almost a gallon an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to just kind of back off and let it run a little bit easier, and it's a little bit easier.
Tony, when did you start building your aircraft? How long did it take, and when was its first flight?
First flight was June 2010. It took about 18 months to build it. A lot of guys are building this airplane in less than a year. And in fact, this I have to see or hear about, but at Oshkosh this year, they're saying they're going to build an RV-12 in 1 week.
Really?
So that'll be interesting.
Cool.
Get that done. I'm pretty sure they won't get it painted.
They might even take it around the patch on the last day of the show, huh?
I don't know. They did build a airplane in a week at the Oshkosh, I think in 2014, and they actually got it finished. It was CH-750.
Okay.
High wing. I think this one's a little bit more complicated to build than that airplane.
How many rivets are in the aircraft?
Well, I can't say exactly, but when you get the first kit, it comes with a box about that size, about 1 cubic foot of pull rivet, aircraft grade pull rivets, and there's 10,000 rivets in that box. So you use that box completely up, plus about another 1,200 pulled rivets. It isn't quite enough in that one box.
Cool.
Besides that, there's probably 500 or 600 or more of the solid rivets that are used in the more structural parts of the airplane.
What was the most difficult thing about building your own airplane?
Well, I would say probably the fiberglass work on the canopy.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the most difficult to get good.
What was the easiest?
The easiest, just pulling these rivets on the wings. You wrap the skin up around the shape of the ribs, cleco the holes. If the clecos all go in and line up well, you can start riveting, put the rivets in and use a pneumatic rivet puller, and it just goes really quickly. So you could probably rivet that whole top of that wing in one sitting,
Wow, that's impressive.
once everything is all lined up.
Mm-hmm.
And cleco.
How many hours is on the aircraft now, did you say?
This one's got 460 hours on it, which is probably about the same as 412 Sierra Bravo.
That one's got about 245 hours, coming up on 250. We're going to do an oil change in about a week or so.
Oh, I thought you had more than that.
No, just 250. Wait a second, is that right? Let me think about that. No, you're right, it is about
I
450.
think it was about
It
400.
is. It's 450. So,
Anyway, yes, he mentioned that the hangar was new. It's not a new building. It's 10 years old, but it's new to me. I was at Bremerton, and we moved down to Olympia, so I was able to find this hangar, and it's a little bit bigger. It's more spacious, more storage. Had a nice painted floor and electric bifold door, so it had some features that made it particularly useful.
okay, Tony, thanks a whole bunch. Appreciate the info.